For recording purposes, if I can get your name, please.
Michelle Treacy.
And the name of your single is?
Armageddon in Colors.
Let's do this. First, congratulations on your nomination. How does it feel being here, CMW? This is the Canadian Radio Music Awards. You are part of this. How does it feel having your music celebrated in this fashion?
It's wonderful. You know, I didn't think it would happen with my first single. So it's really an honor to be a nominee and sit next to such amazing Canadian artists.
Now, what was the single?
Armageddon.
Tell me a little bit about it, too, because it could mean so many different things, but what does it mean for you when you put this together, and when did this all come about?
So Armageddon is basically the fight between good and evil at the end of the world, and my parents were going through a very bad divorce, and I watched my mom lose herself and kind of watched her whole world fall apart, and it was really interesting for me, and I, wanted to write a song for her as a, an anthem to help her get through it. And I wrote it about 2 years ago in a little tiny house in Toronto with some friends, Todd Clark and Stephen Cause, and we just hung out. And I thought, at the beginning I was like, I'ma get him. I was like, I don't know what Armageddon means, so I'm gonna sing I'ma get him, and we all laughed about it. And then I looked it up, and I was like, this is exactly right now how my life feels, and this is how I want to begin with the Armageddon.
How did your family feel knowing that this was something that you put together to help mend, and the fact that it started to get this kind of acceptance, not just from family, but from fans as well who could relate to it?
Well, I've gotten a lot of response from it saying, thank you. This is exactly what I was going through, and it's amazing that you came out with this right while I was going through it. And, a lot of my songs are about all of my songs are about my life. I wanted to be honest. I didn't change my name. I kept my real name because I wanted to be honest. All my songs are about things that I've gone through and things I've experienced, and because I know that so many other people have gone through it too, and nobody's really talking about it.
Talk a little bit about, though, your career itself, though, and how you got into this. I mean, the love of music, where did that come from?
Well, I've been singing since I popped out. Honestly, whenever people ask, when did you know? I was like, I've always known, and that's why I got bullied in school, because people are like, why does she know where she wants to go so early in life? And they'd say, that's not fair, and this is just who I am, and this is what I do, and as soon as I walk in the door, I am exactly who I am, and I never want to be anything else. I just want to be honest. This is what I do for my life. It doesn't feel like a job. It doesn't feel anything different because this is what I grew up doing. This is who I am.
So what's going to happen now? I mean, the single doing so well. Are we looking at more singles, EP, album, and any music festivals or anything like that in the future?
So I'm working on some new music for an album. There you go. There'll be more singles. We are planning on doing Glow Fair in Ottawa on June 16th. We're very excited, with Neon Dreams, so it's going to be exciting. I know. I
love Neon Dreams.
We've had so many times that we could have met and crossed paths and it didn't work out. We actually have a single coming out together April 28th. Yeah, a remix of my song Colors is going to hit the radio, so it's exciting.
Okay, before we go, what advice can you give folks? Because you talked about the bullying, the fact that you stuck to your guns, you turned a tragedy into something positive. What advice can you give people who are going through those kind of things to stay on the positive and try to get away from the negative?
I would say, get out of bed every day. I know it's hard. I have those days where I'm like, there's no way I can get out of bed today, but you have to push yourself, and you have to know that even though it's really horrible right now, you got to get through it, and you're still alive and you're still here, and it's going to get better.
Oh, website, Twitter, social media, where do we go?
My Instagram is Michelle Treacy Official, Twitter is Michelle Treacy, and my website is www.michelletreacy.com.
Thank you so much for that.
Thanks for having me. It was nice to meet you.